It's a mistake. Don't go live.
Oh, it's a little late. We just did.
I'm totally nude. Hold on.
It's all wrong. The table.
You're the only one that won't do a camera for some reason. Welcome to the Untitled Studios podcast. Thank you for joining us. This is Stabby. With us, we also have a blank camera that used to be Classhole, and Hearth and Mike.
Yay.
Mike is the other person with no camera. The ironic part of this is...
I may not have a voice either.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Make me lose his voice.
Oh, no.
And then Class normally does a presentation to start with, but he disappeared. So we're kind of in limbo. Let's talk about puppies that were thrown away.
No.
Oh, no, not puppies. Oh.
Well,
they tie them up in a bag.
He enjoys a lot of really depressing news stories. So I found a site that just collects them.
Oh, good.
I hate you so much.
Yeah. So it's like the ultimate troll.
Oh, no.
Walking their dog at a park east of San Francisco when the Australian Shepherd had stopped to check out a box, and in the box was a garbage bag with 5 week-old puppies in it, tied up in a plastic bag. Unfortunately, the puppies survived. They took them to the shelter after feeding and bathing them, and I'm sure they'll get adopted out because puppies are super easy to adopt.
Especially news puppies. If you get a puppy and you get to have a news story with it, then that's like extra.
Yeah. But what's weird about that is puppies are the most adoptable. Like, so if you go to the shelter, they're least likely to judge you for puppies because they know they'll find homes for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also probably comes from you don't know like what kind of dog they're gonna be, really. Like you can still train them, you can still, like when you get an older dog, you kind of get what you get. I mean, and that's also the good thing about adopting older dogs, is because you know what you're going to get.
Not as much of a gamble. Yeah.
Yeah. It provided that like not all shelters will let you interact enough to really
gauge what the dog is.
Get a good gauge of the dog's behavior and personality. But when you find a shelter that will, that's the place to go, definitely. No, that's just strange to me because puppies are probably the most adoptable. Like everybody wants a fucking puppy, but you could probably even put them on Craigslist for like $20 a pop, and you
but you can fit a whole lot of them inside of a grocery bag or a garbage bag. It's more efficient.
Maybe we're just marinating them.
Just put them in a nice stew.
Yeah, there's a fairly large Asian community in San Francisco. I mean, they could have just been getting them ready for food.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you grind up the dogs and like ingest them somehow, you get magic powers.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
I was watching a documentary today about exotic foods and food taboos, and one of them was cobras. So people in Taiwan and I think China, maybe Japan, think that eating cobras has some kind of medicinal power.
Oh yeah.
And these people are just so convinced of it. So what they'll do is they'll take a cobra, right? They'll get it all mad by putting it in front of a mongoose in a cage.
Good Lord.
And then they'll hang it. They won't chop the head off. They'll hang it.
Okay.
And then they take the blood out and drink the blood in a cocktail with like sake or something.
All right.
So they don't make snake oil out of it.
It's like a whole process where they have to like fuck with the animal and torture it to death first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like,
actually
how is that benefiting them? I don't like. What are they getting? Like bigger hard-ons? Fucking breathing better?
Gets the blood flowing.
Maybe it's part of the ritual.
Medicinal or something.
You got to do it that way, or it doesn't. Or the magic doesn't work right. You see.
I'm just waiting for the point at which it involves like putting your penis into the snake. Like sooner or later, it's going to evolve there.
I mean, they never do it, but I assume it happens. Like,
oh yeah, no, I'm sure they didn't show.
Strongly implied.
Strongly implied.
And strongly encouraged.
Yeah,
I mean, cultures from around the world have this idea that like you can chop things off of animals or get things out of animals and turn it into magic. I mean, they chainsaw rhinos' faces to get their horns. They do all sorts of fucked up shit to get like magical powers from the fucking thing.
Yeah, stupid foreigners.
Although when we were talking about eating dog, I was like, well, dog is actually pretty tasty. I had the opportunity.
I bet it is. I'd try dog.
You're not a meatist.
it was it was without knowing until about halfway into what the hell I was eating. But by the time I got to that point, yeah, I was like, what the hell? I ate it like I spent a week in China when I was in high school, and we were in Xi'an, which, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a large city that's almost in the middle of the country. And we're walking around like the alleyways, like kind of in the back, more like just the deep part of the city, and we come past.
Like if you have a fire, the right.
What?
Hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
I don't know. I think he's lagging out.
I kicked out there for a second. Okay. Yeah, I'll just continue then. Sorry, Stabby. Anywho, there was like these little market guys, you know, like the little hot dog stand style.
Yeah.
And so he was selling these, what looked like two personal pizza things, like mushed together, Hot Pocket style. I was like, oh, sure, I'll try it. And I started eating
hot dogs. It's dogs.
Yeah. It's literally dogs.
It was probably cooked in sewer water, because that's what tiny street vendors do.
Hey, I'm still here, so I'm still here. No horrible ailments or anything. I didn't die from it. It was actually pretty tasty.
I imagine dog would.
Oh no!
He's dead.
Oh no! I'm sure those sewer juices really lock in the flavor.
It definitely adds a certain taste. You're like, this sounds murky, or it tastes murky. Good job. Mute the words. But no, it was quite an experience.
Are we still live? How?
I have no idea.
It's a thing.
Because Untitled Studios is gone. Like,
we don't need him. Fuck that guy.
We took it over.
I never really liked that guy, honestly.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
we should kick that guy out.
I may be actually friends with him, but I pretend to be friends with him. Fuck that guy. Him and his virus sharing abilities.
Shouldn't you hear me now, or can you not?
There you go.
Okay, yeah, we're still live. Somehow I've joined this, and the other call is still going. I'm not sure why.
Okay, so which one is live?
I don't know. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I came back in, and it's still live. It says so.
Yay.
Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, my internet connection looks like it's getting all funky. So if I pop out, just keep going. Is Class going to share his?
I am.
PDA, yeah, or not PDA. PSA.
Mm-hmm.
Because PDA would be public display of affection, so I don't know how you're going to do that unless you have like a sex doll there or something.
Hey, I might. Hold on.
We've got a
Hold on a second. Let me check the closet.
Let me just get this going.
And now when he checks his closet, I don't know if he'll actually have a sex doll or a live person in there.
Well, I don't know. But when I was scanning the real doll site for giggles, because it's pretty fucking funny.
Sure,
apparently the way you store your real dolls is to hang them by the neck from bolts or something in your closet.
Whoa.
Yeah, that seems a little weird.
Is that where the choking thing comes from?
Why?
I see you've been enjoying Photoshop quite a bit.
I did this all in PowerPoint, no Photoshop.
Oh really? How did you do the Google
I just stole these. I stole these from online. These are not original content at all.
Any of the material.
Okay, so we're going to have a very important public service announcement, and this is founded by me, my foundation, Niche Corp, Stabby and Partners, and in collaboration with the U.S. government.
I'm sure they want to be insistent.
Are you listening, NSA? Are you listening?
I'm sure they are. So what is... You might be asking yourself, what is Matt Bitch disease? Well, it is, it's the clinical name is cerebral unilateral nervous tenesmus, however you pronounce that. I just got it off WebMD. Don't judge me. So it's an very infectious neurodegenerative disease affecting the brain of mostly women aged 14 to 29. Wow. So it causes a hyper-emotional, bitchy, and paranoid state where the whole world appears to be after the individual. And any suggestion to the contrary will promptly be translated into Adolf Hitler's State of the Reich speech from January 1933. Great speech, by the way. He really hammers it.
He really hits it
hammers it home there.
And so that makes therapy useless. And why should you fear MBD and give me your money? Over the past weekend, over 1,000 YouTube videos and blog posts were recalled because the makers were found to be infected by the MBD.
No.
Both the video makers and consumers of the content were promptly rushed to the hospital where they were inoculated. However, due to complications, many cases, these women went full Macintosh and were put down. Very sad,
worst
very
thing
tragic.
that can happen. That's a painful death.
So it is also extremely contagious and is mainly transmitted through wireless internet signals, text, and menstrual blood. And it's also important to note that men are not at all immune from MBD. Some particularly bad cases have gone off the deep end and have needed surgical removal of their head from their ass. Very famous case here. That procedure has not gone on for him yet, though. But when I do get an update, I'll let you know.
That's why you need donations, because the more donations we have,
what about the other guy?
And hold on, you may be suffering from MBD and not know it. So definitely go to your local doctor and get yourself checked.
Very important, very much important.
Fantastic.
That's professional.
Of MBD right there.
Prevention is the most effective treatment.
While there are no known methods of treating MBD, there are some things you can do to prevent it, which is what Stabby was alluding to. One is just going outside every once in a goddamn while. That's too much to handle. Regular inoculations of semen can be administered orally or vaginally via good dicking. And also
anally. Yeah, you skipped anal.
Oh, anal. Oh, yeah, orally, anally, or vaginally.
Thank
whatever.
I mean, whatever she's into, right?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever hole she wants, okay? Just go. Do it.
Yeah, really.
And then you can also just avoid the contagious cunts completely with some nice stupid bitch repellent.
Trademark, eh?
a little sperm with the smile and the glasses. That's
I thought that was a nice touch. I looked up cartoon semen.
As you normally do.
I never thought I'd do that though.
Really?
That combination brings up tons of strange things. You'd be surprised at the number of pictures of kid-friendly semen on the internet.
No, I wouldn't.
No, I really,
no. I don't think I would be at all.
I would be disappointed if there wasn't more than I expected.
I love the more you know. I love that.
The more you know. Keeping yourself safe. And you can see all our contact info. I am Sir Walter Classel, as usual, the boss-ass bitch of this operation. You can find me at Cunt Destroyer at dumbbitchrepellent.com. Then you have Dr. Nish Brown, who also helped in the making of this presentation. Dr. Coctopus at webmd.com. And McStabby, A is for ants in the pants. Cheaper.
Good lord.
Cheaper research at pussymagnet at ogmail.com.
I like how yours and Stabby's and Nish's are the same number, same extension.
Oh, oops. Well, yeah, they share an office. We only
they below each other constantly.
But you probably want the faith healer and the chief of research.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. You got both going.
Alright. And I like
it is at this point that I'll be taking any questions you might have about mad bitch disease, how to prevent it, what causes it,
Oh man, I wish I'd thought of that. Let's see.
Did you hold on? I got one. So did you create the dumb bitch repellent first and then start this? This is
PSA,
or is it vice versa?
This is sponsored by the same organization that made Dumb Bitch Repellent, which
really?
is
So there might be a conflict of interest.
Not at all a
here,
conflict of interest. Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay, good.
No,
I was just asking.
It's just a very understanding company that wants to warn the populace about an ongoing problem.
Definitely.
Yeah.
An epidemic.
Why would we criticize a company for wanting to give back?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not like they charge. It's not like they charge money for their product, right?
Yeah, no. I didn't
I
have.
think,
I didn't have to make this. I didn't make any money off this presentation yet.
I think any further criticization would be comparable to rape.
I think I'm going to end this conversation promptly, and if we can start meeting them, just one by one, just take them off this cast until there's only me left, and I can just tell the world what I think.
Oh, wow, absolutely. That's perfectly understandable. In fact, I think the first step is just to believe.
Yeah, definitely. That's the most radical thing.
Just
By the
believe.
way.
The radical thing you can do is listen and just believe.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
I do believe in
man.
fairies. I do.
Well, that
God.
to me is kind of funny because there's that whole argument back and forth about whether or not women file false rape claims. And it does happen fairly regularly.
I'm sure sometimes.
The most common reason is a woman gets caught cheating on her husband or boyfriend and decides that instead of just taking whatever the consequences are and like losing that relationship, she's gonna like literally file like a police report for rape.
Yay.
So that's like a lot of people don't understand that it's not like a case of like, oh, she's just trying to get back at some dude. It's a lot of times it's just somebody who's trying to get out of trouble and is not very good at like believable lies apparently.
Believable lies. Like what I was skateboarding, I fell down and his dick was right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So does anybody have anything, or are we going to have to, or does anybody have anything, or should we just put this podcast down right now?
So I have a bunch of stories. Let's see, we got somebody that was killed by chewing gum. Oh, here we go.
I want to hear about that. No.
Yeah.
We need to hear about that.
That's a fail and a half right there.
All right. So
Did he win the Darwin Award by any chance?
She actually.
She?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Western Pennsylvania, you student.
Did she start texting at the same time she was chewing, and then she couldn't do both?
You kids.
Now she was a 6-foot senior forward for the basketball team. I love the rest of the sentence though. Who was redshirting after playing 24 games for the Vulcans last season.
What? Hell yeah.
No, that's apparently the Pennsylvania University team is the Vulcans.
Hell yeah. Logic.
And, yeah. No, unfortunately, it looks like she literally was just chewing gum and went to sleep with the gum in her mouth, and it
Are
got
you
into her lungs and suffocated her to death in the middle of the night.
Good.
That
Don't you tell me.
sucks.
Okay, so she didn't die chewing it while playing basketball. See, that's where I thought this was going.
Oh, yeah, no. But
she
it
was
is depressing.
Yeah, it's depressing.
It's pretty fucked
I
up.
fell asleep with gum in my mouth before, and it's like all I got was like gum on my face and hair.
That's because
I didn't die.
Atheismo was looking out at you, looking out for you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's because you're a firm believer. I think she was probably an infidel. Didn't believe in atheismo.
She probably deserved it.
Yeah, definitely.
She's an evil person.
Atheismo saw to it that she got was coming to her. Oh,
Tootsie
hail.
Roll CEO. Did he
Yeah,
choke
the
to
Tootsie
death
Roll
on the Tootsie
CEO
Roll?
died at 95, which is kind of sad because he's like a candy maker, and he worked like a full day every day until like a month ago when he got sick and died from it.
It's like Willy Wonka.
Yep.
Hardly just over there sulking.
So I was thinking he choked to death on a Tootsie Roll or something.
So Melvin Gordon, rest in peace, man. That's pretty fucked up.
Candy-related deaths.
Doing
Yay.
God's work, man. Bringing
Your
sweetness
candy was
to the
awful.
world.
But
Did
you
that
were
guy
cool.
make the chewing gum that girl choked to death on?
Probably.
Chance?
Oh, that'd be really funny.
Sweet justice.
Because
I don't know. They made Tootsie Pops Junior Mints.
Yeah, she got the gum from a Tootsie Pop. Just saying.
This is just going to start happening regularly now because his ghost is wandering the earth.
She fell
He's
asleep.
going to die.
She
chewing
fell
gum.
asleep trying to find out how many licks it would take.
Apparently, hot Tootsie Rolls are really good.
I think they are. I don't know. I don't like chocolate, so I...
Oh, here's
go
a
to
quote
hell.
from somebody.
No, No, we can't do this anymore. We can't do this. I'm sorry if he doesn't
He's
like that.
like, I'm breaking all
No.
ties with you at this moment.
I'm breaking up with you guys. Can't take this pressure.
Chocolate's
Here's a
just
quote.
bitter and nasty.
Nothing can happen to a Tootsie Roll. We have some that were made in 1938 that we can still eat.
Oh, that's disgusting.
If you
I don't
can't
know.
bite it when it's
They're
out,
in World
you can
War
certainly
II
lick it.
era or World War One era fucking Tootsie Rolls.
Like,
Well,
it's
I'm
like
not
the
sure
Japanese
if the-
soldiers that have been hiding in the
Lord.
forest of the Philippines. You just find Tootsie Rolls back there with them, still good.
Is that how much they hate fucking Tootsie Rolls that they're just like, yeah, we'll get to them in like 50 or 60 years, whatever.
I wonder if
Delicious,
it's like,
trust me.
I wonder if it's like a specially preserved sort of style. I mean, because can that stuff really last as long as Twinkies?
Well, it's basically just sugar and like carnauba wax, I think, or like
Yeah.
Okay.
essentially, it's just
I
there's
mean,
really
it
not a
doesn't-
lot of
Yeah.
stuff that goes bad in that, you know.
It's self-sealing. It's just like,
Yeah, Tootsie Rolls are about 90% candle wax.
mm.
Well, you know what? Those fruit flavored ones are pretty fucking bomb, though.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
cherry,
probably.
lemon, and blueberry ones. Those are.
the vanilla ones are absolute shit though. Like that's just the worst.
you
Oh
kid,
yeah, well.
you kids
Vanilla-
today and your
vanilla's a
newfangled
no-go flavor.
flavored
So how
Tootsie
dare
Rolls.
you? How dare you insult vanilla?
All right.
That's
So for
great.
this next one, I thought we would let my friend read the story for Hearth, so it would be less depressing. So here we go.
What you
What
got
the fuck am I looking
A
at?
68-year-old British man was walking his dog in Birmingham Park. A determined shepherd ran over to the bushes and refused to return. Owner Roger Wilday walked over and discovered a newborn infant. The
Holy
infant was
shit.
taken to the hospital and unfortunately survived.
No.
End of story.
What?
Does your,
I don't know what that story
Does
was
your
about,
guest-
but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, I figured, we were going to read all the depressing stories. I had to do something to help cheer Hearth up again. So,
does your guest have a
Oh my
name?
God.
Yes.
Is this like when they give a kid a shot at the doctor, but then they give him a lollipop after? Is this Hearth lollipop?
It's my lollipop.
Booby, the sock puppet.
Booby.
Yeah, I just stuck a
Not
couple
Killer
of
Did you-
googly eyes
Son
on
or
it, which I
something?
thought was rather appropriate because,
Wait, where are the googly eyes? Oh, there they are. I couldn't
Yeah.
see them initially.
yeah, it's really hard to get because this camera is just so fucking zoomed in. It's really hard.
He's more of an herbivore, you see. His eyes are like on the sides of his head.
Yeah, well, I have giant hands. What do you want me to do? Not my fault.
What do you want from me?
I was
Do you
born
want
with
big
giant
hands?
hands.
Get out of here, kid. You bothered me.
Oh man, let's see. Well, I'm running out of depressing stories.
Oh,
That's terrible.
yeah, that's depressing in itself.
Well, I have one about a filthy infidel.
Oh,
Hey,
good. That sounds
Did he get
good.
his head chopped off?
Not yet, but I'm sure he will at some point.
Crossing our
Fingers
fingers.
crossed.
So there was the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, very good football player, but he doesn't seem to think that God cares about football game outcomes. I don't know what's wrong
Is
with
he sure?
I love
Shocking.
it.
uh,
I absolutely love it.
it's terrible. This guy, he for some reason doesn't think that God cares who wins an NFL football game. He doesn't think that
Oh, what's
God
his-
carried the Cowboys to 5 Super Bowl victories in their history. They're God's team, but how did that?
Because Texans are the real Christians, you see. Their powers overpower anyone else.
Yeah, there you go. Member of Texas and those other 49 lesser states.
Yeah.
The 49 United
United States of Texas. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, we're just right on it today, Mike, aren't we?
There's 48 states if you don't count Missouri, which I don't want to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It really doesn't count.
You hear that, Missouri?
Oh, man.
Take that.
Yeah.
Well,
on the chopping
it
block.
was just a little bit
Bastards.
more like Montana, where all the militia goes.
Hey,
I
I,
think that's what Montana is. Montana basically is just a giant state militia.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think it's they don't have a county system. It's just areas of control by a series of ongoing battles.
You know, if the U.S. is ever invaded, like God, you gotta like feel bad for whoever is the people in charge of trying to get into Montana, because they're just not gonna make it very far.
Oh yeah,
They're just gonna get fucking mowed down.
That's one of the motivations behind the Second Amendment is to make the U.S. uninvadable. I think the quote is like, "There's a gun behind every blade of grass in the U.S." or something.
Yeah, there was somebody who said it was to invade the U.S., one would find guns behind every blade of grass or something along those lines.
Yes, it was some filthy Jap.
Yeah. When they were talking about it, they were just like, no, that's a bad plan. Let's not do that. We don't have enough people for that.
I mean, it's not hard to see how God wouldn't care about football games, because I don't give a shit about football games. It's like a bunch of people running around throwing a ball at each other. It's like, why would you care about it?
Yeah, no, it's the only time I ever watch any football, and I stopped even that. It was the Super Bowl for the commercials, but those aren't even fun anymore.
Well, it's like, don't pray for world peace, don't pray for the starving babies. I really want my team to come in first on Sunday. It's like, give me a fucking break. Why would he give a shit?
Well, and you know, I'm going to have to disagree with you, because Aaron Rodgers lost, therefore proving God's existence, and
That was the work of the devil.
he's an avid Dogs fan.
Oh, God.
So checkmate, Mike.
He would have won, except the devil interfered that one time, you see. Next time he'll win, and that will confirm everything I said.
Oh yeah, there's like the football game going on up here, and then the invisible under game between God and the devil. That determines the game up there.
That's brilliant. We should make a football game where it's Satan versus God. Because that's what every Christian thinks is happening underneath of the actual game they're watching.
They're playing football.
There's a bunch of angels.
We're watching the apocalypse every Sunday. Play it so.
Sunday.
What will happen this week on the gridiron?
And it's always like God and the devil are sitting under there playing thumb war or something. I don't know. Maybe it's hand-to-hand combat.
No,
like
they
they
shoot beams at each other, or it's like the wizard duel in Sword of the Stone or something. It's got to be something magic.
Maybe it's like tiddlywinks. They're just like looking these little...
Tiddlywinks.
They're playing jacks.
Yeah, they're playing Battleship.
Oh, man.
Oh, damn it.
That's where the thunder comes from. Every time like one of them pins the other's thumb, that's thunder. And
I hope they play Crossfire.
Crossfire! Oh, that'd be really funny.
That's the devil's game.
And you showed up at the gates, and like God and the devil were sitting there like doing that, and they're like, "Which way's this soul gonna go? Crossfire!" And they're just like, "Wait a minute, what?" And they're just like, "We got really bored with the whole judging thing, man. It's just too much for us." You know?
Yeah, just millions of you guys are dying every day. We can't go through all of you without having a little fun.
Yeah. You lucked out. Maybe your crimes won't matter.
I'd like to think they have like a torture wheel that they spin, and like almost all the options but one are a horrible, eternal torture. And every time it lands on. If you choose
a religion, it pretty much is that way, because if you choose the wrong one, and there's plenty to choose from, let's face it.
Yeah, just like, what is the religion today?
I like to think that hell is better. Like
Yeah,
you don't have to hang out with as many losers and like pretentious pricks. You just get to like hang out with a bunch of people that you'd be like, let's chill and have a beer.
Yeah, I'd like to think heaven is like a single table with a punch bowl and maybe some Lay's potato chips.
It's filled with Mormons. Let's face it.
There's
It's a bunch of people in like white suits. Like, hey, let's have potato chips and read the Book of Mormon.
It's that ginger ale and sherbet.
Wait, no,
mix.
potato chips are evil. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's from the devil.
Oh, shit. I'm halfway there, fellas.
I actually went to like a Mormon's birthday party once, and that is what they served, was like potato chips and like ginger ale with rainbow sherbet. Like,
They're not true Mormons.
Ginger ale with rainbow sherbet floating in it.
It was pretty cool. Like, she was nice, like a nice girl and all that, but it was pretty funny because I was just like thinking like, oh, it's her 21st, and I didn't like make the connection in my brain between like, oh yeah, like
she's not gonna drink at all.
No drinking at all. And so I'm thinking, like, I'm showing up to an entirely different kind of party.
Those are the funnest parties ever.
Well, I was thinking there'd be at least, like, a glass of wine or something.
You just show up with some tight leather pants,
No, I didn't do that.
Assless chaps.
That would be awful. But then, like, you know, those horrible games you play at like high school rallies and
Oh no!
you kind of events.
God.
Oh no!
Those were like every one of the party games.
No!
Like tug of
Oh,
war,
let's-
arrange the puzzle pieces or some shit.
It was like
Guys,
was it like
Pass
Church
the egg
King?
back and forth on a spoon. Let's toss a water balloon back and
Oh,
forth.
God.
Play like
a fucking
telephone.
sack race. Ugh.
No,
Yeah.
there was no sack race. Thank God.
Three-legged race.
Yeah, that one.
It was like it wasn't boring
Interesting.
at all, but it wasn't like the
Educational?
best thing ever. Yeah.
Educational.
God, no, it was.
Okay, so we
I learned
decided
something.
We've decided that having a bunch of sack races and potato chips and orange sherbet with ginger ale floating around in it. So what's hell like? Is that a bunch of rocks?
Strippers, beer,
Strippers,
Jack
blow,
Daniels, bunch
beer.
of drugs, any kind of drugs you want to do because you're dead, so they can't kill you anymore.
And jazz musicians?
What am I gonna
That's
do?
an easy
Ruin my
one.
life?
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
already
think
dead,
it
man.
worked out pretty good.
And black people, they're not allowed in heaven.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, well then I definitely want to go.
the
to hell.
black
It's-
skin is
that's
actually
amazing.
a curse. You see that marks that they're cursed, and so they're not allowed.
Oh
to
yeah.
but
Yeah,
not
except
anymore.
About that.
They changed it.
Yeah, just kidding. Sorry, guys.
It's like limbo doesn't exist anymore. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And it's like, what
We
about
messed
all
up
the
for-
red babies?
Yeah,
Where do
yeah.
they go now? Did they used to be in limbo and then they had to leave? Did they like come through heaven and like, all right, we're shutting limbo down, everyone out?
Yeah, and
Oh
how do you
no,
know
they showed up in limbo and the property values dropped. So
Oh,
They got evicted, yeah. Sorry, we gotta move you to hell before we get everything situated. We can either open purgatory back up or we can lift you back
it's not that
up.
we're scared of living next to black people in limbo.
Heaven
It's
is
just
white.
that the property values go down and
the clouds are white, the buildings
soda
are
sales
white,
go up. And what do we do? You know.
the people are white.
Yeah,
Everything's
white
white.
flight.
We're like the worst.
Good job, racism.
Woohoo, racism!
No, this is totally fine and not racist because I started it.
That is true.
Yeah, but you remember that guy on Twitter said you can't even, you can't give permission to use certain words, and
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that
some white guy on
stuff.
Twitter.
I
doesn't
give
matter.
you permission. From on
But we
high.
give you permission. You can call us cracker and honky. That's okay. It's acceptable.
Okay. I
Make
will take
fun of
full
us
advantage
for-
of that.
Make fun of us for not being able to dance and loving cheese.
Hey now,
All the
Arthur and I are
traditional
both
things.
excellent dancers, sir.
Are you?
Yes, quite good. It's swing
Yeah.
dancing, but
White dancing, just saying,
actually,
dancing
swing
is-
dancing started with
is on
black
a whole nother level than real dance.
Swing dancing was started by black people.
Shh, quiet.
Essentially, they watched
It's okay.
ballroom dancing, weren't allowed in, so made their own ballrooms and made way more fun dancing. White
No.
people stole it now, but yeah.
Are you saying white people were
I
too
didn't say
uptight
that
to
my
accept
camera was on.
awesome dancing?
Yeah, pretty much.
They were like, the kids are dancing, it's ruining society. We've got to do something. Because you got to have something to
What's
blame.
happening? Is that a...
I experiencing
kind
some
of
type of difficulty.
Somebody came in to talk to you, huh?
Yep.
Maybe.
I was like,
with
"Fuck!"
the bird?
Like, bye.
Oh man. So you guys see this other cheerful story that I found? Huh?
Feared dead grandkids.
Yeah, a couple and their 4 grandkids were
Yay.
probably dead in a fire. But it was a mansion, so I don't really feel as bad. Kids, if you're gonna go, go in style.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They went out like champs.
Good lord.
Like I said, it's a whole aggregate of just depressing fucking stories.
Yeah, really.
let's
That's
see.
all you
This
find.
one was
Why is that
61%
all you
depressing.
I'm going to rate this a 6 out of 10 on the depressing scale. I have to agree with Mike.
Yeah, it's not as depressing. Well, here's a guy that died
That
with
wasn't mine.
meningitis.
That's on the site. There's a fucking
Meningitis.
depressing scale on the site.
Oh.
Oh, there is? Yeah,
Yeah,
depressing
look.
61%.
That's what's 61% depressing.
Oh yeah, let's see.
Yay.
Tootsie Roll 60%, 71% for the chewing gum death,
Mm-hmm.
78 for the puppies. This is a pretty accurate
But
scale.
the puppy survived. Doesn't that make it less depressing?
Well, it's still depressing
for the
people.
No, it's still
Okay.
puppies. You still get the extra puppy.
No, listen
points.
to this. People think that puppies surviving is more depressing than the girl who died chewing gum.
People like.
Well, and not only that, but
That's
they think
fucking
that
crazy,
dude. The baby is less depressing to find. And the baby
Lord.
will survive too, but
Oh my god.
All right, if you saw a cute little puppy having trouble, and a human on the other side who's probably a piece of shit, probably wouldn't like him, would you? And you could only save one of them. Who would you go save?
The piece of
Why
shit
do I have to
human
save
or the puppy? Yeah, can't we just like set
No,
them
can't I
against
just
each
walk
other
away?
in like a
You can only
death
save
match?
one. If you save one, it kills the other. How about that?
But can't I
I mean,
just walk away and let them both go?
No.
You could do that. That's creative. I didn't see. Now we're thinking.
What I'm thinking is
I'd probably end up saving the human because unless I know the person and we're making it sound like it's a random person,
Nope,
I
probably a
wouldn't
piece
know
of
that
shit
they're
though.
a piece of shit.
I
I wouldn't know that they're a piece of shit.
But you would.
Okay.
You're still thinking it though. That guy is probably would screw me over if he had a chance.
Or
Oh,
it could
yeah.
be
he will kill you,
I could
or
be
he
agreeing
might
with
help you.
Like he would. I bet that guy would go rescue the puppy in the situation.
How would I rescue the puppy?
Probably.
Actually, a friend of mine and I were down on the coast probably like 10 years ago, walking along pretty far away, probably a mile or two away from like the parking lot area and any kind of people. And we found like a kid wandering around. And like the kid was like super like terrified but wouldn't come anywhere near us because we were strangers. It was so funny because we had to like literally walk like 10 feet away from the kid and like lead him back to the parking lot. And it was so funny because like realistically, the most likely to abuse or molest a child is somebody who's related to or knows the kid through family connections. It's actually extremely rare that it happens that it's a stranger in comparison.
Well, yeah,
like,
that's why you
you're
gotta
more
stay away
likely to
from
get
the
struck by
strangers.
lightning.
You don't want sloppy seconds, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Good Lord.
So it was, and this is a while ago, like probably like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Yeah, it was pretty funny. And he was like some rich family's kid.
I mean,
like they own like a big hardware store chain around here or something like that. So
to be fair, he was being scared of you, and so that might explain it.
Well, here's the thing. You're
I
not
would be too.
Because you
You're
like
not exactly
kill
tiny.
children and eat them, right? Like that's your thing.
yeah, no,
Like-
me and my friend, it was funny.
Yeah.
So I assume you ate well that night.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
an excellent meal, roast
Delicious.
something.
Baby back ribs.
I like Hearth's picture freezing. Oh no, it's
There you
back
go.
again. Damn. For a minute there, it was frozen, and there's this look of just like, oh god, why? Yeah,
Oh, that's a nice story.
yeah, this is cool. Yeah, the majority
here's
of
a shocker.
public school students are in the U.S. are poor. I mean, it's really surprising.
Like all the elementary schools in
Is it?
the county here are now like Title I or whatever, so all the kids get free breakfast because enough
Nice.
people are poor.
Yeah. This is
I mean,
not
that's a
surprising.
great program, though.
This
I mean,
is
it's
not
so-
surprising. This is not
Well, at this
surprising
point,
to me at all.
definitely.
With the
Yeah.
rising cost of living and the fact that the maximum or the minimum you could earn stayed the same for so long, I'm not fucking surprised at all by this.
You know, I think
Yeah,
they
it
got
would
the
be-
scary factor wrong on this because if I'm not mistaken, I saw a story earlier that said like 80 people own as much as half of everybody.
Yeah.
Which is why the best way to solve this issue is with a rifle.
Just storm the mansion.
Honestly, I
That's
think
why
the
it was
way
a
it's
good
gonna
thing
end up
that
going. It's
mansion
gonna be like
burned
the
down.
Bolsheviks. Storm
Yeah.
the mansions. You know,
Yes,
people are just going to start calling out rich people and shooting them, whether or not they had anything to do with the economy.
Wow.
That's what happens. It's happened every single time in U.S. history that this has gone on.
Yeah. Well,
Like, it's going to happen again because
When you have-
we're just not learning the lesson from it.
when you have money sponges that are soaking up so much money and so much resources that it's actually hurting the rest of the population, there's a
Yeah.
fucking problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely just have to kill them all. And then
It's
start
like ticks on a dog. You know, the dog can only support so many ticks. When the ticks start to kill the dog, everything goes to shit, you know?
Yeah, when there's 80% of the ticks taking up 50% of the dog's food.
And then no one can stuff that dog into a garbage bag like it's supposed to be.
Or, just roast it up, put it on a sandwich.
There you go.
Yeah, really.
In China.
So here is a story about the two stupidest people on the planet.
A man with meningitis
died after a 5-hour ambulance wait. So my point here is, at what point do you stop waiting for the fucking ambulance?
Yeah, do you call him back and be like, hey, still fucking waiting for the ambulance? Where
just
you
like, I ordered a pizza a while ago, and, oh yeah, I'm dying.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, don't you just fucking go to the hospital? Like, call a friend, anybody?
I mean, you could.
Start knocking on neighbors' doors, like, we're trying to get my boyfriend or husband or whatever it is to the
Maybe
hospital.
Get this girl that's in the picture to drive you to the hospital or something.
Yeah. Well, it's in a major town, like I think it's in London or something, in Bristol. Yeah, Bristol.
Oh, so he gets free treatment too.
But what gets me is, like, at some point, like, in that 5 hours, you would think at some point they would be like, maybe we should do something. I mean, I think it wasn't even 5 hours. It was like actually 3 hours before paramedics showed up.
Yeah, that's too long. I'd have called I'd have been calling like every 5 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours for a paramedic to arrive, and then a further 3 for an ambulance. You would think the paramedic at a certain point would be like, "Can we find somebody else to drive this dude?"
Yeah, that must be because of their socialist medicine.
No, it seems like they were just a really busy moment.
It's because they don't have God.
You're just like firing these out like semi-auto.
I'm good at what I do.
Yeah, you complained one time about something, and just like the internet, that's the worst fucking thing to do because then you're never gonna fucking live it down.
I'm actually, I kind of like.
Welcome
that's
to
the one tab you find. I love it.
Oh, hello.
Me making a
I forgot. I have to keep track of how long we're going.
I think we're not even at an hour.
Damn.
Yeah, we're gonna end this torture for the audience.
Yeah, I think they've already ended it themselves.
We're sorry.
Oh yeah, no, nobody's watching. Well,
yeah, they probably
stuff. Come on now.
They probably shot themselves in the face. Which, if you shoot yourselves in the face, you might show up on next week's podcast. So there you go. Some incentive there.
Yeah, you can start participating.
Stabby will find that fucking story.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Why would I? Depressing stories. What the hell? Come on.
Yeah, guy watches a stupid podcast and gets inspiration to kill himself.
Yeah, we're gonna be like the biggest thing on /S or whatever on 4chan, the suicide.
That would make us go viral. That would be really good for us. That would make us go viral and everything.
It would be. Man. Just like when that one guy Elliot Rodger went and shot up a bunch of frat houses or sorority houses. All the YouTube channels he visited got a bunch of views.
So if you are watching, or you do watch, please, if you haven't already been muted by Anita Sarkeesian or Rebecca Watson's Twitters, could you send them just the first part, at least, of our podcast, The Mad Bitch Disease? Because I think they'd really appreciate the humor there. It seems like it'd be right up like a feminist alley.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
It's the internet, so someone's going to go to town on us after a while.
Because they definitely have some kind of sense of humor, maybe.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you dig deep enough.
What kind of knife do you use to dig that deep?
I'd say a chef's knife, but, it's all a matter of personal preference. Like, if you really want to get in there and just start hacking away, a serrated knife will do.
Oh, I thought you were going to go that direction. Oh my god. See, that's the problem. I work in an ER. And I've seen that shit, and it's fucking gross.
So you know what tools we should use, because you get to see them a lot of the time.
Just don't. Don't. No. It's so bad.
Why don't you bring us any pictures? Like, I'm sure they would, you could look like you're texting, just like you're on, just texting.
Like a Costco or something.
Well, there's two good reasons for that I can share with you. One, I'll lose my job, and two, I'll have the federal government so far up my ass that I probably turn into their little puppet. It's like, I'll turn into your sock puppet.
Those HIPAA rules.
They'll HIPAA the hell out of me.
Yeah, the HIPAA regulations. I have those too for my job because I have to maintain confidentiality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are scary. They don't fuck around.
Yeah, no, I lose everything, and I probably wake up to it.
They're
I'll
probably
wake
in
up
the seat next
my
to the
bed's
NSA
gone.
guy.
I'm like, wait, why did he even need my bed?
Yeah.
Like everything's gone, and that's it. Like HIPAA violation.
They're sitting in the seat next to the NSA guy. They're just keeping tabs just in case of.
Yeah. If the NSA guy hasn't already fallen asleep. I don't know if we could even keep him up.
That's how we benefit society at large. Is we just put NSA agents to sleep as they watch us.
We're doing
Let's fuck with him. Terrorist bomb. Okay.
Maybe the NSA agent shot themselves, and that's why we're still on.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you should donate to the podcast, but please.
You should really.
We should do a Patreon.
Oh.
Probably.
That'd be really funny. What would we even do if they gave us money? Like, I don't think we use any for any of this stuff. I mean, that sock I had a while ago.
I think if we do, we should immediately cash out, take all the money, and then just burn it on stream.
Here's your donation right here.
That's beautiful.
We will burn
write their name on the dollar so they get a proper shout out, and then light it on fire.
And then we'll all go to jail.
Yeah, because destruction of federal money is illegal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and recording illegal activity probably isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the put him in a coffin guy? So there's this guy who calls himself put him in a coffin, and what he'll do is he'll go up to shelves in convenience stores and people on the beach, and then he'll jump back, put his back into them and say, "Put him in a coffin."
Oh, so he's trust falling on people.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But he'll jump into it and try and destroy things. Or,
what the fuck?
Or
why?
Is he on drugs?
I don't know. Well, anyway,
I think he's on drugs.
He's been recording this stuff and putting it online for a while now, and he finally got arrested for trashing a 7-Eleven.
Oh,
Jesus!
Poor guy.
Took one, huh?
Yeah, just a nice guy trying to do God's work, and something about the police not liking.
Put him in a coffin.
Put him in a coffin.
And then he crosses his arms like Dracula or some shit. And he
just jumps into fucking people's property.
All right. So he wishes he was a fucking pro wrestler, basically.
Yeah,
he wants to be. He wants to be the Undertaker. Is what I'm guessing.
His videos, they're pretty funny. It's funny to see him in a convenience store because he's a pretty large black guy, and it's funny to see all these little Indian people trying to stop him.
Oh no, you did not do that to my store.
He's like, no, and they can't really.
Oh no, you don't.
Thank you. Do not come again.
Well, what I'm wondering is how has nobody tried to do what he asked?
Put him in a coffin? I don't know.
Is he just picking the stores he knows aren't armed?
You got it,
At some point, he's gonna, he's bound just to get that one psycho with a fucking pistol under the counter.
Put him in a coffin. Okay.
Your wish is my command, sir.
He told me to put him in a coffin.
You should go to one of those.
What's wrong?
You should go to one of those stores that sells coffins and just go to fucking town on it.
A funeral house.
Take him to a Walmart.
That's a good place. Oh, and just plant on one of those on a dead body or something. That's nice. Put him in a coffin.
Oh man, those are the best selfies. The ones where people do it at funerals in front of the corpse in the coffin. You seen those? There's those few people that have done that, and it's just every time you're like, I don't what process goes through your head where you're like, I should get in front of Grandma's dead body and fucking take a selfie real quick.
Oh God!
Grandma is really.
Here's a good question: does Grandma smell better or worse?
What?
In the coffin.
Cut out.
Oh no, Grandma!
Oh, I was asking if
so
it
nice.
was better or worse in the coffin than she did
like flowers
prior to that.
The traditional old people smell.
That never
Death
goes
and
away.
terror.
God, the library at the middle school that I currently attend because I'm in middle school.
I know it.
It smells like old people farts because the lady there, the librarian or whatever you want to call her, just keeps pumping them out like one after another. I mean, there just must be a non-stop stream of gas coming out of her ass that smells like old people farts.
What else would it smell like? Cinnamon buns? I mean, like...
I mean, books, maybe? Maybe the library should smell like new books, old books.
That sounds like a fire hazard. Like that library's gonna explode.
I'm just gonna let it
in there with a candle.
No.
If it wasn't already filled with flammable material, I'm sure the fire marshal would have shut it down.
So she's just crop dusting just all day.
Crop dusting.
Oh, yeah.
The end.
Oh, you know the worst is when you are crop dusting and you're wearing headphones and walking around.
So you don't know how loud you are?
I don't know if there's anybody near me. I better check behind me real quick, you know.
My farts are always silent but deadly. I let them out and assume it'll get blamed on somebody else.
That just seems appropriate. Like, I'm not at all shocked by that. For some reason, like, I think we all knew that in our heart of hearts.
Yeah. And, you know, and as soon as somebody tries to blame it on me, I will swear up and down that I would have owned up to it if it was me. He's like, no, I would have said if it was me. Mine farts don't even smell like that. Or some of my favorites. And,
farts don't smell like that.
You better hope like your mom and your sisters don't watch this, because they'll be like, "Oh, son of a bitch."
No, nobody's gonna watch this.
God damn it!
I'm still holding out.
Far enough in that we can say anything.
I'm still holding out for the bacteria. They can like bioengineer bacteria to make your farts smell like more pleasant things, like bananas or some other perfume scent that you like.
There was a product I remember seeing that actually made it so they didn't smell bad. It's a hunting product.
I've heard of the product that cuts down on poop splash, and whenever you do get poop splash, it makes it smell like perfume.
Well, no, this is actually something like a pill that you take.
It's a poopery. I love that stuff.
It's something you
spray it in your toilet, and it doesn't. Your shit doesn't stink.
So your shit smells like roses, literally.
You know, this is literally, it removes your body odor entirely, as well as the smell of your feces.
That's awful. I kind of like that smell.
That's fucking crazy.
No, it's a pill that you take for hunters. It's to like make it so you can you don't have to worry as much about being upwind.
Huh.
Yeah, and it supposedly removes your body odor.
Can't I just make everyone else unable to smell?
Well, the other thing is, if you do take it, mosquitoes just fucking leave you alone.
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
because you don't have as much body odor, it just doesn't attract them very well.
Damn.
Like, I tried it out because I was just like, no fucking way.
But I love malaria.
Wait, so what's this stuff? Because this is going to be a lifesaver for me.
It wasn't worth doing on long term, so I never bought more of it.
Because I get eaten alive when I go up in the mountains, man. It's not fair.
Yeah, it's racist.
Hey, that's natural. Mosquitoes are part of nature, and nature is good for you.
Mosquitoes can kiss my ass. That's what. Actually, they do.
It's all natural. But it's all natural. It's 100%.
I'm waiting for that West Nile,
it's from
man.
The earth, man. It's like good for you.
It's from the earth. 100% biodegradable.
Yeah, I don't even know if they still sell it. Oh, it's chlorophyll.
Chloroform? No? A jinx?
I'm a plant.
No, I'm not seeing it, yeah.
Oh, well, I guess my farts just gonna stink forever.
No, I want banana farts.
Oh, god damn it. Stupid fucking...
Oh, god damn it. I want my powdered donut pancake surprise.
Ma'am.
It's chlorophyllin copper complex. I'm gonna put a link in the description if I can ever get one.
Yeah. Today's show sponsored by whatever that fucking thing is.
By some random shit.
Well, for some reason now my Google.
Are you Googling yourself again?
No, it won't go to like sponsored links.
Yay.
It's saying fuck advertising.
Finally, a Google that I can use.
The Google that's for you.
I'm so fucking tired of sponsored links on all these fucking websites now.
Well, except when you actually want to go there.
Yeah, really.
which is never. Oh, by the way, I learned something interesting about Google searches. If you ever are looking for airline tickets, go into incognito mode, because if you look for airline tickets from a certain place to another, and then you go back and do that same search,
Price goes up.
yeah, yep,
Really?
price goes up. They put cookies on your whatever it's called, cookies on your browser.
But cookies are delicious.
Not the delicious kind of cookies, the malicious ones that raise your prices.
Oh.
Even after you get rid of them? I mean, I know you can clear out your cookies.
Oh yeah, you can do that, and that'll put the price back down.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You should just go in incognito mode because that's easier.
Oh yeah, I love that shit. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, and the little dude with the hat and the sunglasses and the trench coat, he looks like he's a little spy or something.
I found it.
Yeah. He looks like he's a stripper or a streaker. Honestly, that's what I like.
Yeah, I expect them. I expect to see some penis. If you could scroll down,
mode.
if you could scroll down on that icon, he's actually flashing you. So it's a little disappointing.
It's just a little animation where
It's
he's
called
just
the
like,
Google.
If we're being honest, it's used to mostly for porn.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want this on my.
Why else would you use it? Airline tickets? Come on.
Is there porn on YouTube yet? Is there that's that's almost has to be.
There's a lot of stuff that's close, like
eventually.
I guess there's if you consider feet licking stuff porn, then yeah, that's on YouTube.
That's
there's tickling.
I like
People are into that, I think.
I mean, like penetration. Come on.
No, nope, not yet.
It probably depends on.
Is it educational? Can I get away with that?
Yeah.
You can have nudity, I think, for artistic purposes.
Yeah, there's videos I think where girls give you instructions on beating off or something, like they talk dirty to you and tell you how to jerk it or something, which is inevitably fucking hilarious. It's really not like I'm not sure how that works for people, but it's pretty.
Sounds like the best porn ever.
I can't imagine going on YouTube to try to find that.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the internet, there's so many better places to look.
That seems like something you should have to figure out for yourself. Like,
but there's just so much. I just feel like you can buy movies on YouTube, and there's so much shit on YouTube that eventually it's gonna be like they're gonna have to have porn on YouTube. Like that's too important to the internet. And they screw it up.
The problem is
they screw it up to the line as much as they can.
No. The problem is if people watched porn on the internet, it would affect their everyday lives in such a terrible way.
That is true.
They would just become like violent, crazed pedophiles or something.
Yeah, because they don't do that now.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're men.
Creepy. It makes me feel icky on the inside.
No, I always find that amusing, like the people who try to say like video games cause this or TV and movies cause that. I'm like, then why is it when you walk out your door you're not walking into a fucking abattoir? Because like the amount of violence in like video games and on TV and in movies, you would think if that really affected people the way people claim, literally you'd walk out into just a fucking bloodbath every day of your life.
You would walk out into GTA.
There'd just be people just mowing people down with fucking guns, cracking up, and just like
GTA 7. You don't need a console or
like
TV.
Hitting blades up on the wrists, like jumping
stabbing your dog when you take it for a walk and shit. Like, oh, I killed your fucking dog, bitch.
Wait, you don't do that?
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, I thought we all did that.
World, man.
We agreed. We agreed that we would stab people's dogs, okay?
And then
holding you to
about it.
Oh yeah, and then they'd like teabag your dog.
Like hold it up like a trophy.
Oh yeah. They crouch up and down to teabag the dog.
Oh, my teabag the dog.
And like 5 seconds later, somebody else would like headshot them, run over and teabag them.
Yeah.
That's how real life would be if it really affected people in that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sign up for the army and you get a certain amount of regens or whatever, respawns.
Ooh,
I don't think that's not what I meant. I think people would permanently be dead. I don't think they'd get respawned.
No. That it definitely happens. I saw it on Call of Duty.
They might think that's how it happened.
I mean,
when you die, don't you
like
just
the
go back
respawn
to your
wait
last
time
save?
is just ridiculous.
if
Yeah,
if
you
you
go back to the last save, which is a pain. I don't want to do that.
well,
That's
I mean,
that's why I'm
for
scared
people
of death.
that believe in reincarnation, I mean that is just like I'm respawning now. There I am.
See, and wait, isn't it like GTA? Like every time you lay in your bed, 6 hours pass and you saved your game. And
Yes.
so when you die, you just come back to this point.
Yeah. You
I
can
mean,
go
that's
if you go kill yourself right now
like
on
if I
screen,
throw
on air.
myself off my roof and I die, I'm just gonna pop right back here.
Yes.
Around the
Wait,
same
if you're going to
time,
kill yourself,
anyways.
can we talk about Blue Monday?
Monday.
First or after?
Preferably first. I want to think I have some sort of credit. You know.
Okay. Let's go.
Well, I don't know. Blue Monday is just like the second or third Monday of January, and it's supposedly the most depressing day of the year. I don't really know where they came up with that or why they came up with that. It just seems fucking bizarre. But yeah, I just thought I'd pass that on.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure suicides spike around holidays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like around
definitely.
Christmas and Thanksgiving, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly what just happened like a couple weeks ago.
I'm surprised I wasn't as busy during New Year's, or actually not too much during Christmas either, because the people that come in are obviously having emotional issues a lot of the times. But it was actually very much beforehand, like the week before, and then a few days in between Christmas and New Year's. But surprisingly, people stayed pretty sane.
Well,
I guess it's probably a better word for that.
imagine you're depressed and the whole world is like shoving this image in your face of how everyone is
Family.
so fucking happy right now and everything is so fucking awesome, and you're just like, not for me. And then you're fucking screwed.
Well, at least they were courteous this year. You know, at least in our area.
And yeah, it's just the area I cover, which isn't all that much in comparison to the rest.
New
of the
Hampshire, where
planet.
we all live. We all live in New Hampshire.
No, that was Maine. We live in Maine.
Oh no, it's Maine. Yeah, we all live in Maine. That's
I live in the UK. I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, you sound very English.
Yeah, you wanker.
I just moved here. Okay.
Oh, class must be Australian. That explains the racism.
It's a continent full of criminals.
Yeah,
Australians are just like the most racist people on the planet, man.
I thought it was South Africans. South Africans.
No.
I
They're not
imagine.
necessarily racist. They know they're better than everyone else.
It's not racism. If it's a fact that
Everyone's
you're
a
better.
bit racist. Have you guys actually heard? You've heard Avenue Q, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely no.
Yes, we are among good people.
Like not knowing
Never
who
heard of
Strong Bad is.
Oh yeah, Strong Bad. Wow, I haven't actually heard anything from Strong Bad in a long time.
Well, I think the guy gave up. Like, it just isn't as popular anymore. But no, I mean that's one of the classics.
Yeah.
I've got to watch a bunch of Strong Bad now.
Wow.
Never seen it.
Like I got a thing to watch now.
Wow.
That makes me feel a little old.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can respect Class now that he hasn't ever seen Strong Bad. No, just kidding. Oh man. And on that note, we should probably call this thing over.
Yay!
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Today's show sponsored by Strong Bad.